Good day, scholars. Today we're going to be working on our portfolios again. This is day 3. If you haven't watched days 1 and 2, go ahead and do those first. We're going to continue working on our portfolio. So we got to find our portfolio, right? I'm going to go to my drive here by clicking on the waffle button and going to drive. And from here, it might be something that pops up right here. You can see mine's right here. It has this little symbol here for a Google website. If you can't find it, the file name should be first name, last name, dash, and then SUT for Startup Tech. And then it's dash, and then the actual hour period name, which will change depending on what class you're in. So I found mine. I'm gonna go ahead and open mine up, and this is what it looks like. All right. You can see it's titled first name, last name. It should be, Jonathan Flanagan, Startup Tech. And for this one, it's third. And you can see we're on our homepage here. I just have Startup Tech portfolio. You also should have your About Me finished already, where you added a picture, your name, and 3 sentences about yourself, as well as your SMART goals labeled 1, 2, 3 here on your About Me page as well. If this is confusing to you and you don't have this, go to the previous videos in the module. But we're going to be working on the homepage today, right? We need to have something here. And what is important here is the entrepreneurial mindset. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to insert here on the right, and I'm going to add a text box, and I'm going to call it Entrepreneurial Mindset. And you'll notice I spelled it incorrectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on that, and it tells me the correct spelling. Right? That's a difficult word there. And I'm going to make it look better, right? So I'm going to make this a heading. I'm going to make this emphasis 2 and make it green. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 of these layouts. All right, you can do it a different way if you want, but I'm going to add 2 of these. You need to have 2 of these finished for today. And what you're going to do is you're going to create sections for each of the entrepreneurial mindsets. All right. And if you go to this website, which is also in the module, this is the nifty Entrepreneurial Mindset website, you'll see tools for life. All right. And there's 8 of these bad boys. You're only going to do 2 of them for now. Eventually you'll have all 8, but we're only going to do 2. So I'm going to do critical thinking first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my website here, and I'm going to put critical thinking right here. And I actually think I want to make this a little smaller. I'm going to make this a subheading. All right, and here what I'm going to put is I'm going to put the definition in this box here. So I'm going to go back to critical thinking. I'm going to highlight the definition, and I'm going to hit Control-C to copy, go back, make sure I have this text box selected, and I'm going to Control-V and paste it in there. So now it says critical thinking, the capacity to apply higher level processes, et cetera, et cetera. Then I want you to, in the same text box, when you have this selected, hit Enter to go down, create a new paragraph, and I want you to write an example of what you think critical thinking is. So an example of critical thinking is ... right? And come up with something, right? So it is when someone does a lot of research online to figure out how to fix their Chromebook, right? That's critical thinking, right? Or having to come up with a solution to your homework being due the next day, right? Something like that. And then finally, for critical thinking, I'm going to find a picture. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to select an image. And I'm just going to use Google image search. And so for critical thinking, when I think critical thinking, I think somebody using the brain. So I'm going to put thinking in here. I'm going to put the word brain in here too, so it pops up. And you know what? I like this one. So I'm going to double click on that one, and it'll put it in that spot. And you can move things around, make things kind of how you want, but that's what you're going to do. So I did critical thinking. The next one you got to do, right? And you can pick any ones you want for now, but you're going to do all 8 eventually. I'm going to do initiative and self-reliance next. So I'm going to go ahead and go initiative and self-reliance. Again, I'm going to make things consistent here. I'm going to go back to initiative and self-reliance, copy this, Control-C, Control-V. And look, the formatting on this is strange. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to make the formatting go to the left. I'm not sure why it was applied on that one, but not that one. I'm going to hit Enter again, and I'm going to do an example of initiative and self-reliance is, right? Come up with your own example, and I'm going to add another picture. And you're only doing 2 of these today. If you want to work ahead, you can, but you're free to kind of do what you need to do to make it look how you want. Self-reliance. You might have trouble finding some pictures. Self-reliance got a lot of old people hands, right? Because old people want to be reliant. Um, when I think self-reliance, I think of doing things yourself, right? So I'm gonna put a strong. For a woman, you put a woman. I'm gonna put a strong man. I'm gonna find a strong dude, right? This dude's got initiative, 100%, right? He's relying on himself to do that. He doesn't need nobody else. So feel free to kind of do what you want here, but you need two of these under the homepage of Start a Tech Portfolio. If you need help, reach out, send me an email. During class, do what you got to do. But this is the next part of your portfolio.